Hello everybody and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. Whoa, where am I? It's Ghostify Gamer. I am in the hub. I'm not in the middle of some crazy machinery that I'm pulling together. Well, that's because we're going to be doing something a little simpler today. Well, to begin with, and we're going to be ripping the Automation Science packs out. Yeah, I got to get rid of this thing. We got to hopefully de-spaghettify it and get it to a new location so that, I can get the green circuits to be a little bit less spaghettified, a little bit more. This is all coming out. We're going to do a new green circuit build eventually, but the priority isn't the green circuits as much as it is getting the stuff away from all this belt-based stuff. This is going to be our last project, I think, as far as the belt base goes. And this is so antiquated. My gosh, we got to get rid of it. I off-screen moved the sap down here and the wood to fiber, because I was just like, let me work on that now. I still need tin. I didn't realize it, but tin is needed for the air core inductor, the capacitor, and even, which is kind of weird, the resistor. I guess the ends are tinned. It's a tinned cable. And then you got the coke. The glass, I think the glass is just to keep it from like getting in contact with other things. Very well thought out on that. Very well thought out. I guess the glass kind of coats it. Yeah. And then the air core inductor is tinned leads. Yeah, leads. That's the word I'm looking for. Leads. And then we have ceramic. Now, this thing only takes tin and ceramic. I guess there's the dielectric, because usually there's a dielectric in there. I like the little pie on there. That's cool. And then we got ceramic and tin on that one as well. Oh, and then we got the coil. Yeah, the wire coil around it. That's pretty cool. Very well thought out. I mean, it might not be always accurate to... there's a whole millions and millions of versions of resistors, capacitors, and vacuum tubes and all that. But, hey, it's a game, and it's challenging enough doing this, right? So I cleaned up here. I have the coke coming in here now. I just want to get it out of the way. This is my little train stop, which is going to come out eventually, or it's going to get repositioned. Zinc, glass, and the fiberboard are in the same spot. Yeah, and the coke is gone there. The next thing I'm working on right now is I'm depleting these tanks of fuel here. I have kerosene connected to the smelter that is doing the iron Nexilite Antimony special super alloy. And so I'm depleting these tanks, and eventually I might temporarily bring a fuel train in here to keep this running. But I think that this might be our next project. I'm not sure yet. I don't have anything. This is going to be the area we're going to be hammering out now. We got to get rid of this crap. The antimony oxide, we're going to combine with the antimony oxide mining op here. What I'm going to do is probably do them down here, and then this will come out. In fact, I'll probably cut this belt. I'll deplete this case by making some antimony oxide and then casing that up, and then the train will, still pick up from here, but it won't be the antimony oxide. I think this is a point-to-point train anyway. I think so. Yeah, I think it is. Just a point-to-point. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, and we don't, we'll have a yard of these trains here. So this will get repurposed, and we'll do a 4-train yard. I like the 4-train yard because it gives me options, And then we're going to do the plastic, obviously, vitroalloy. We're going to do all that separately. We're going to break this apart so it's not as spaghettified. And we need plastic for other things. And, this was a hack. It works, it's a hack, though. But we'll do a bigger plastic build. We're going to need it. And then it'd be nice to get this sorted out with this, you know, because we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs to this thing here, plus the fuel, which is 6. It'd be nice to get this all and just jam it into one case and boom, here it is. Because Vitter alloy is only used for the intermetallics, and this is only used for building, along with the Vitter alloy, which is used for building. So, you know, we'll put that where the duralumin is, you know, and all that. So that's the plan there. I have a speaker on the kerosene. So as I build, this puppy will go off, and then I'll switch it to the gasoline, get rid of the gasoline, and then that'll go off. And then by then, this should be out of here. I can always train this out of here, or delete it, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. And then I'll be able to get rid of this cursed rail, all this stuff. This is cleaner, though, but I want to get rid of that cursed rail. And then I'll move this out of here, too. We'll get that out of here and get a proper spin-up area for the aliens. We're gonna have to spin up some aliens eventually. Okay. So let's get working on the automation science. Oh, I wanted to go over some things regarding that. I have a 5 brick per second build using rich clay and sand. I wanted to see what was involved in this, and holy crap, look at that ash. 1.5 belts of ash to get 5 bricks a second. And that equates to a little over a half belt of rich clay. I'm using wood as fuel for this because... Now, the only reason I did that is because I wanted to make sure that Hellmod wasn't taking the ash from here, from the burn-off, and putting it into this. Saying, oh, you need ash. Oh, you need to increase these machines, you know. So I changed this to wood to make sure. But I probably will use fuel... And then, the coal build for these 2 machines, if anything, and then we can kick the ash back through the system. 1.5, 2 water pumps. The sand, I don't know what I want to do with this yet. Stone, I want to use the excess. Here's the thing. I want to use the excess gravel in this case, and or excess sand. So whatever we're pulling, I want that gone. You know, I don't want to see any gravel. I want to see the stone train, the sand train, and the gravel trains sitting there waiting. And then we'll bring in stone as a backup to this. And the reason I did this in the same tab as our stone brick, because right now we're doing this one here, which is 48. Holy crap. This one here, if I did a full belt, it was 4 belts of ash. I don't think we're not producing 4 belts of ash. There's no way. Even with science running, I don't think we get 4 belts of ash. And if we are, that's a lot of ash to process and train around. So that's a little concerning. What I'm looking at is this being a ash eater and a supplement to our already established stone build here, stone brick build, because this is a lot. I mean, 15. That's a lot of brick, man. Now let's go over to this automation science here. What I did is I took 1.5 times 6. That's 4. That's 4 science packs a second. Well, you know what? Maybe I should go minute. Yeah, because I'm thinking I'm in seconds. What I'm thinking is 4 science packs a minute. Then that changed, because this is second. 1.6 a second. Let's change this to minute. That's 96 a minute. I only need 4. Yeah, let's go with 2 machines. That's 48 a minute. 48 a minute. I mean, we're really overpowering. If I can increase the other ones, then, you know, this is ready. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Because the stone brick requirement is so massive. That's why it's so massive. It's too much. Yeah, I forget to do that sometimes. When we're doing science packs, we want a minute gauge, because if you look at the consumption rate, we're at a minute and a half. So it's 6 every minute and a half for a minute. This is not bad. we're doing what? We're doing 48 a minute out of here. That's insane. And I'm only looking for 4 4 a minute. Yeah, I think, right? This is a pretty beefy build as it stands just for 2 machines. I think we'll go with this one because we have a lot of room to wiggle. And then the stone brick requirement goes way down. We're at 20 machines now down here. That's way better. And I'm so used to doing 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Oh, we got 15 plate a second and all this. This makes it much more achievable. Yeah. To feed, you know? And then we got a whole belt of stone bricks that we can use for other things, which I'm pretty sure we'll... I might be able to... in fact, I'm thinking of cutting this build down, and then... Let's see, we got half there. If I go here, and let's say we do 5 and 5, you know? Or I could do less here. I could do 2.5, 2.5, or whatever. I'd like to have you know, some extra because I would like to bleed off the ash because right now I'm using ash. The ash is going right to flue gas and venting, and I'd love to use the ash and the excess sand and gravel and stuff. Like I said, I'd like to see no sand, gravel, and stone at that depot where I'm collecting it. I'd like that to get, you know, distributed throughout and used, you know. All right, well, let's work on that. I'm really excited about it. Oh, and the location we're going to be at is right next to our Vrauk build. There was a little lake here. I filled it in. And we'll get rid of... I'm going to get rid of this thing. Man, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. And so, yeah. And then once we're done with that, yeah, I'd like to start peeling some of these alloys out that we have up there. The next spot would be maybe here. The antimony. Yeah, I want to get the antimony out of there. That way, because that's an easy one. And it's already on TSM. But this is a TSM stop here, so we'll have to flip the script on it. Because I'm gonna need this for building going forward. Yeah, maybe the antimony's... Let's work on... Maybe we'll work on this one. Oh, hold on a minute. You know what? Oh, God. It's so confused. Plastic? Because I'd have to train stuff in versus out in the meantime. I'll have to think about it. I'll let you know when we break out. Okay, let's get to work. Alrighty, let's fire this baby up. I accidentally called the trains and this fired up, and I screwed up. Oh no! I forgot I decided to squeeze all this in here. Oh my god, what a mess! There's so many parts for this one thing, and this thing takes soil and the part prior and ash. Oh god, it's so much crap. All right, well, let's get the ash in here. We'll go over this sucker. I'm gonna do 1,000 ash, and oh, you know what? I forgot that. Okay, hold on, let me get this going here. I wanted to rip up the stuff in the base. We'll copy that in there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll cut this off here, and then I'm going to dismantle everything in the main base, but we'll get it up and running here and see it all work. I'm a little, oh boy, when it's something's high throughput, we need a lot of trains. 4 things. Oh boy, yeah. 4 trains, 1 stop, you know, it's kind of dangerous. I decided to go with 2 trains here. While, so I was going to do point-to-point trains, but you know what, I thought about it. My Angels Industry Overhaul run, I had a train going back and forth between the builds. I don't know, you know what, I can't remember now, but I may have had a yard with 2 trains, or I just did 1 train back and forth, and I don't remember what I did, but I had the build so close together that it didn't matter if I did 1 train. There we go. But I figure I'll do it this way. Okay, here we go. There we go. What's the amount here? 1.6 to 2. Okay, so this is going to be overpowering this real quick. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember if I did a yard and had 2 trains, because 1 leaves, and so you always want to have 1 on the ready, you know, filled. And I think that's what I'm going to do here, is have 2 science trains, you know. We'll do the same thing for Pi Science 1, and Logistic Science we'll have to do 2 as well, yeah. I'm not too worried about it because we're so far along from even worrying about a production amount, but it's good to we'll get in the practice of it and test some things out. Native flora. Here we go. Oh, I got a lot of native flora I can pull over here. So we go NA native flora copy. There we go. All right, cool. I haven't had to. I should beef this up too, because we're going to be using a lot more going forward. Get more more mining on that. All right, we'll wait for this train. Here it is. All right, there we go. I love those flowers. They're so cool. And there's only 1,000 in here too, so I might have to I might have to do an 8 train yard for this until we get better trains. Yeah, that's gonna be a long time. All right, we'll see this thing run. I think, yeah, and I think the next segment I'm gonna get ready for antimony oxide. We'll get that crap out of there. Because that I will yard up, because we're going to the batteries with that. There we go. Voila! Yeah, this is going to be pretty quick. It's going to be pretty quick. It's all running. Good. It's all running. Yeah, and this is overbuilt for this, so this may run a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. A little bit there. And this is 1 second. This is 2 second. That's why it's 1 to 2. This is 5 seconds. Yeah, so 2, that's 4. 2 to 5. Yep. That's why there's a little bit of an overage there. And then on 2 water builds, 2 water to 4 soil. And 4 soil to these 2 here. It worked out pretty well. Yeah, now that I'm getting, I got my groove back with hell mod stuff, and I'm learning a bunch of tricks with it, and I'm really enjoying the hell mod stuff. It's a little quirky. I'd like to get into YAFC, like I said, but I haven't had a reason to do it yet. But yeah, so far so good. Oh, look, that called a small parts train there. Yep, small parts is running. How exciting! All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rip up this stuff, all this crap, and then we'll get working on the antimony oxide. And we'll get that pulled out. And I'll finally probably get a radar down here too. In fact, let me do that. Here's that. I'm using these radars now. Because they're so much less power. And I gotta go through and rip these out. I gotta make a point to go through and rip all those out. The old ones. Because I have, yeah, I have an old one here. See, and that's when we first started out. But I gotta go over, yeah, like this one here I could pull out. And it's just habit, because, in vanilla, And any other mod, it doesn't really matter. But in this mod, man, they punish you for that crap. Okay, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna rip that crap out. Like I said, I'd like to do the rips, but I used to do the rips on screen, but I'm trying to squeeze more into the episodes that we're building than ripping. Ripping it's not providing anything new, or you know what I mean. So I figure for the first couple, I wanted to do it because it's kind of like a rite of passage. But you know, did that thing come already? Oh, it did. Okay, all right. We'll get working on the antimony next, and I want to ratio that out too, and see how many we can support on that build. I have a feeling we can support quite a few, and it's going to be a decent size. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, on to our next project. I'm hoping to squeeze another one in. Let's go over what I have here, and oh my god, I'm looking at 3 options here. Well, this is melamine to plastic, which is a nasty process, and it requires the use of augs. And I'm like, well, that just seems like too much of a footprint to get, you know, this crap done here. And then there's this Kicalc one, where you could use Kicalc. It's casein and formaldehyde. It's ridiculous. Look at this, 5 chem plants to get 5 a second, and then you need this Kicalc milk barrel, and Hellmod just cannot resolve this. Not only that, we need acetic acid. I picked this one because, well, I don't know, whatever. But it doesn't seem very lucrative. If you look at the chemical one this one here is 3.2 megajoules. This is 11. That's 23. Why the hell would you do these for plastic? Why? You can crank out more plastic, I think, per thing, but it just doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that one? So I've got the aromatics with syngas here. I'm going to do 8 machines, and I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll do by factory here, and I'll go 8. Yeah, 5.34. That's well above what we need for what we have currently, and then, so there's room there for, you know, we don't have to worry about this for a long time. And then I was looking, I did the antimony, so I'm going to go from speed up to speed up here. The antimony oxide. What I did is I took the antimony output and did an antimony oxide recipe, and then control left clicked it into here, and then I went input mode, and then found out how many oxygen furnaces I need, or how many basic oxygen furnaces. So we're gonna and then I think I could break this down. Let's see, wait, there it is. Oh, I hope that works. Oh crap, it's not gonna work. So 37.5. Unfortunately, I'm doing input mode, but we know now this is 0.75, so we could go by this one, and we'll go, what was that? Wait a minute. It's 0.75. Yeah, that's what it needs. So we'll go by input mode, and then 0.75. Okay, there we go. We're back. And now we can resolve this with the oxygen to see how many oxygen things we need. 3.75. Okay, that's fine. And then, obviously, this is coming from the mining op. So we're going to maximize that mining op for antimony oxide. We'll do a speed up video on that as well. And then, oh my gosh, it's all gone. I completely ripped it all out. So now, I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. But I'm going to pull the trains over. I'm not going to, try and do any different recipes and stuff. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. This one, the wood I'm going to pick off here. And then I'm most likely going to do wood, maybe wood, iron, copper, stone out of the same thing. I might even do zinc. I might do all these and just do a big TSM drop off, because the only thing we're running here is green circuits, and it's very low, you know, on all that. So I'll just bring all the trains to one stop and be done with it, you know, done deal. Okay, so that's that. Let's speed this sucker up and get it done. And yeah, I'd like to get the antimony oxide done, because the plastic, what that'll do is it'll get this out of here, and it'll get this out of here, and then we just have the Vitter alloy. So we'll see what the timing is on the episode, and maybe we could do this today. And the Vitter alloy we'll do by the Duralumin. We'll put it over there. And this one is going to be more, you know, obviously 5 inputs. And we'll do like gasoline for this as well. Cool. All right, let's get started. Holy crap. Ah, this thing is nuts. Look at all this belt. I started to build this thing, and, you know, we did only 2 antimonies when we first started this mess, this playthrough. And I'm like, oh, I need a fuel input, the antimony grade 4 input, ash output, fuel input, oxygen, and the plastic. Holy crap. Look at this mess. There's really no way. I mean, I could have spread this out more and maybe done some inputs along the sides or flip the machines to get the oxygen out of the way. You know, more room between maybe. I don't know. It is a nightmare. It is a freaking nightmare. Thankfully, they did fix the fuel burn. I mean, this is the coarse coal at 10 megajoules. You know, eventually we'll get that, you know, way later on, we'll get the better carbon-based fuel, which would be nice. So yeah, it's working. Look at that. Ew. These things are 10-second crafts too. That's a good thing. You know, that they're that slow. All right, look at these things cranking over here. Oh, I do want to bring a train in here for the hydrogen, but I'm not worried about that right now because we're not needing it. I'm gonna burn through this. And then I'm going to set up the trains off screen. And, oh, yes. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, I got to bring that in. The antimony train over here. This one here. I got it set to 100. I decided I'm going to do 200, you know. And then I got to clear this out here. So I'll take care of that off screen. So, hey, we got it. It's working. Look at the trickle. It's a trickle. With 8 of these things, it's still a trickle. Oh boy. Now, I don't know if there's another recipe for this. I'll look at it, but what I'm looking to do mainly is just, like I said, you know, to reiterate or to, you know, reinforce the idea is we're trying to get things outside of that belt base, get them on trains, get a little more capacity, get it away from that belt base, and then as we get new tech, we can do a rip and replace, and it's not going to affect a million other things. For example, trying to tear that whole thing apart, you can see it's pretty tricky. That's the transition from the starter belt base to a train network is one of the most grueling in Factorio. It's by far the worst. And then once you start getting on the trains and you start getting your your legs under you, your sea legs, so to speak. Then it's like, all right, cool, now we're rocking and rolling. Because when you want to redo a system, you just have to hunker down and redo it. And then you rip the old one up, and it's replaced by the new system. As opposed to having to rip a system up that's just antiquated and you're needing it. You know, now we can just go build a new one with new technology, maybe it's a bigger build, you know. Because in pYanodons, things are just, as you go, they're going to get more intricate and much more larger, because we're talking about industries that create one item. And that's what's cool about it. It's kind of fun, as this is, right? Look at this thing. Just to get the antimony oxide, we have to mine, fuel, deal with byproducts. We have to refine the ore. Once the ore is refined, then we have to melt it in an oxygen furnace, which requires oxygen, water. Then we have to fuel this. This is another industry right here where it needs fuel. It needs the ore. It needs the oxygen, of course. And then we need plastic to put it in a little container. So everything in pYanodons is like an industry within. Sometimes it's industry within an industry like this, which is pretty cool. I really dig it. It's still slow, even with 8. It's still slow. Oh my god. Well, 192 is no joke, so we're doing much better now. Very cool. All right. Oh, and then we do get the level 2, level 3, level 4 machines, you know, whenever that'll be. I think it'll be like the year, let's see, we're at year 2023. I'm thinking the year 2223 we'll get the level 4 machines. You know, another 200 years or so. You know, we'll get those. All right, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the next phase here. We're we're getting closer to phasing the belt base out. And then the green circuits are going to be the last remnant of that belt base, but we're going to keep that together until we, get the infrastructure to switch over to the nicer, more complex, but higher end green circuit build. I'm looking forward to that. It'd be fun to do that one. This thing is busy, huh? All right. Glad I did the carbon-based fuel stop, huh? All right, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Peace out.